Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what we do. Got Big Reg, Big Dre, your unapologetic host for the day, for always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We back. We are definitely back. For another week. Come to talk some shit unapologetically. Y'all know how we do. What up with you, though, man?
Man, slow motion, dog. You know, hump day today. So shit, trying to make it happen, trying to make it do what it do, man. Just been working, dog. That's about it. Working. Getting closer to that retirement, man. I got a meeting later on this week. I think Friday about my way forward and getting my walking papers and getting the fuck on.
I'm telling you, that's a beautiful thing. It's a lovely feeling.
I bet. I bet.
Especially when you know you so close. Yeah.
You look mighty vibrant these days, sir.
Feel it too, man. I'm telling you, man. You listen. You will absolutely enjoy it and love it. Just the feeling of accomplishment and all that other shit, hitting that finish line. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you decide to do after that, it's just gonna be like the cherry on the top.
Yes, sir.
That's it. For me, I'm just cooling, man. As you said, I'm being vibrant and vibing and just, living life, man, and just trying to, stay sane, be a father, grandfather, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
That's about it, man. That's what it's about for me right now. Just, being there and being, as supportive as I can for the girls and the grandbabies, and so yeah. So weird, man. The relationships, once your kids get older and out the house and they doing their own thing, the relationship y'all have, and just them, asking for advice on, how to raise a child and what do I do in this situation and what about this and disciplinary and spankings and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, man, because these days it's so hard versus, when my girls was babies,
right.
Just real quick, like every child, Luna, when she gets in trouble, she might get popped.
Okay.
Not no beatings or nothing, but maybe a pop on the hand or butt or something. Like, no, you don't do that, or go in your room, go to sleep, lay down, whatever else, blah 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 blah. So she got in trouble at school today, and the teacher was like, well, I'm gonna have to tell your mom, and she was like, no, I'm gonna get in trouble, mommy's gonna pop me. So the school wants to call and make sure there's no child abuse going on or any of this other stuff, and me and Passion having that conversation and talking about that, and I'm just like, that's, when I say times have changed so much, like the stuff that I didn't have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't considered a crime or a sin or punishment, to give a little, pop or tap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And when I hear, I'm gonna get popped or pop, that's what I think of. I don't, hell, we got whoopings, beatings. Now, if she said, mommy's gonna whoop me or mommy's gonna beat me, then, I think that raises antennas. But, so yeah, long story short, man, that's why when I was saying that, like, it's just wild. But, and the sad thing is you got to watch out, these days for things like that, because next thing you got somebody in your house want to visit and see this and see that. They might want to check the kid out to make sure there's no bruises or anything else. But we ain't gonna get too serious right now before we even get into the podcast. Let's get to a couple announcements. Unapologetic St. Martin, 20 to the 25th of June.
Yes, sir.
Reach out, DM any of one of us. If you need information, you can definitely get it. We'll get you the information. Also, I'm trying to get more into the social media thing, far as in the accounts, more interaction, engagement. But I don't want to do the shit myself. So, if anybody out there wants to run our social media page, pretty sure I can work something out with you. We can work something out with you, you know, and y'all can post shit for us, edit videos. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of y'all creative people out there that love to do that stuff and want mine to DM us, let us know, and we can definitely make that happen. You know, we're trying to grow this platform, and I know it has to start with the engagements and everything else we do as far as in social media. I'm terrible at social media. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I suck.
So if anybody is interested in doing that, or they know somebody, you know, let us know, and
Yeah.
you know, you can make that happen. But now NFL playoffs.
Yep.
And yeah, we're gonna talk about the divisional rounds that just happened, and I guess we'll get into the conference championship after that. Actually, before we do get started, shout out to Antonio Pierce and Gerard Mayo.
Oh yeah, two big signings.
Yeah, two big signings, two more black head coaches in the NFL.
Yeah.
One for the New England Patriots and the other for the Las Vegas Raiders. And this, if you ask me, these were the right moves by both franchises.
I agree fully. I didn't see the Gerard Mayo coming.
Right. Yeah. That was kind of a not a head scratcher, but it came out of left field. But he's already in house, so I would have thought that New England probably would go high profile, or try to, but they kept it right there with him. So I'm pretty sure he got the Bill Belichick endorsement too. So that's probably why. But but definitely Antonio Pierce and the players actually stepped up for him and you know, let it be known that that's who they're looking for. Anybody else is probably gonna be surprised within their organization. So
made sense, man. Head off to them, man.
Yep. Shout outs. Let's go. Where you want to start at, man? Who you want to start with?
Bro, we can start NFC. That's fine.
All right. Bucks Lions.
The game went the way I thought it was going to go. I felt like the Lions were going to make the Bucks make enough mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield didn't lose the game, but he's Baker Mayfield. Like at the end of it, right? Like and so hats off to Detroit for handling business, man. I mean, it was a good game, but they handled their business, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't play big food, dog.
They did. Yeah, they did what they needed to do. I thought they kind of took the foot off the pedal a little bit, maybe, or maybe it was just the Bucks, mate, because Mike Evans looked like he was about to play Superman, because they couldn't do nothing with him.
But who can?
But you're absolutely right.
Nobody can.
But he turned it up, because first quarter, first half looked a little different. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like we down 16, and it's Mike Evans' time. And
he's the most consistent wide receiver,
absolutely,
in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, you know what I mean? Like you'd be a fool to not know he was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, like. But there again, loyalty where loyalty gets you in trouble at times.
Yeah.
As far as being there for as long as he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he got a Super Bowl with Brady. Okay.
Yeah, he got one out of it, but yeah.
Right. He got something out of the deal, but still, he can definitely be on a contender year in, year out.
Year in, year out. Yeah.
And be the difference maker.
I agree with you 100% on that one.
I know you would love him out there in the Bay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a couple of guys I would wish we would have or had went after. But hell, I was hoping that we would make a big push for Devontae Adams, because that motherfucker sure enough wanted out of Las Vegas.
Money got to be right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm make it happen. I'm pretty sure there was a trade out there somewhere that they wanted, that they would have took for him. But shout out to the Lions and the Bucks. I just felt like the clock was going to strike 12 on the Bucks sooner or later, and this was the time.
Absolutely.
It was going to be a tall task for them to get past the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing good ball right now, man.
Yeah. So the 49ers and the Packers. Okay. For me, honestly, I don't think we could have played too much worse than what we did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use the same analogy that you use with the Lions. Well, I'll say this first. Green Bay should have won the game. Green Bay should have won the game. So now with what you said for Lions, Green Bay played with their food.
Yes, they did.
Everything that could have went right for Green Bay went right. They had a team that came in there that was rusty.
They were hot versus a rusty team.
Yeah, they were hot versus a rusty team. Debo got injured. And everybody was just like the timing was completely off for this team in general. Green Bay.
I think weather had a lot to do with it. They talk.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Weather had they say that's Brock Purdy's Achilles heel, weather.
And that's another thing. The weather and Green Bay just could not find a way to pull away. They kept San Francisco. Well, San Francisco stayed within striking distance. And for me, I'm always worried about San Francisco under Kyle Shanahan in the fourth quarter if we're down, because it never looks good. We never, and the stats show it, that we were 0-30 going into the fourth quarter, losing.
Really?
0-30. Kyle Shanahan is 0-30.
Well, that's an interesting stat. I have to write that down for one of my player partners, man, who just is he swears he's the world's biggest 49er fan, but he's never mentioned. He failed to mention that part.
0-30. 0-30. Kyle Shanahan is 0-30 when going into the fourth quarter with not having the lead. So that's always been a problem for me with Kyle Shanahan. But somehow, some way, they pulled it off. And the analytics thing, I think I talked to you about this. I still like it. It always confuses me. The fourth and whatever analytics say, go for it now. Green Bay left points off the board early in the first quarter. They decided to go for a 4th and 2. They didn't get it, and they left 3 points out there. And they lost by 3 points, and they missed the field goal, which is another 3 points. So for all intents and purposes, the game could have went into overtime, or if they made that field goal that they missed at the end, they could have won by 3. So, and if was a 5th, but I analytics, I still never believe in that leaving the points on the board unless you absolutely have to go for it. We need the touchdown to win the game, so I got to go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first off, hats off to the 49ers for getting the job done. Look, man, I'll agree with you and say they should have lost the game, but I think Green Bay, as hot as they were, I'm always a stickler for teams knowing how to win. That's a young bunch,
right?
And they'll be back. They will be back.
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere. They're not going nowhere.
Yeah, they will be back. And I think that's just what happened with this squad, man. They just kind of at the end of the game. I'll just talk about that drive in itself. At the end of the game, costly turnover by Jordan Love, and I don't know what he was doing or what he was thinking. Yeah. But he's a young guy. You know what I mean? Playoff atmosphere. You're playing against the best team in the league. Let's just say that, and the team with the most talent in the league. Right. And they'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say they'll be back. Now for you guys, for the 49ers, as far as play goes, as far as yeah, I understand. Rusty or not, whatever. We saw with Baltimore. Baltimore had to rev up their engine as well. You know what I'm saying? We saw it.
Third quarter.
Yeah, we saw it. They had to rev their engine up as well. So we'll see what happens this week, man. Coming up, man.
It's gonna be a tall order. I don't expect a blowout on either side. I don't expect us to play as bad as we played. If we do, it's not going to be good. And we need Debo. We need Debo to come back.
That's a fact.
That's a big one. One thing I'll talk about Brock Purdy real quick. He's receiving a lot of slander. And I mean, I never expected Brock Purdy to be Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. So I'm like real confused about the talk surrounding him. I never put him on a pedestal. I never was the Brock Purdy guy. I said, listen, he's gonna have to show me through a whole, and the guy's only played what 18 games, 19, 20 games.
Right.
So and he was Mr. Irrelevant.
Literally the last pick of the draft.
Literally the last pick. No one expected him to be in the starting quarterback in 2 NFC championship games back to back. His first, first 2 years in the league. So I mean, he's accomplished a lot. As I told you the other day, do I think we can win a Super Bowl with him? I absolutely do. If you're gonna tell me that Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson won Super Bowls, they had hellified. Brad Johnson had a hellified defense. Trent Dilfer had a hellified defense, and they were game managers. All they had to do was not lose the game.
But they also had experience, though, Riz.
They had experience, but I feel like we have enough experience around him.
No, I can't. I got to disagree there because at the end of the day, a quarterback will butcher the game. I put it to you like this: you put Detroit into the same situation that Green Bay was in, Jared Goff's not fucking that up.
Oh no, yeah, I know.
And I'm saying that, and he's not fucking it up because he knows how to win. He's experienced, right? Brock Purdy. At the end of the day, Brock Purdy. I don't think. I mean, and he had an okay game, I guess. Right. But like I think game like you said, game management wise, can he get the job done? Yes. In a tight ball game with a seasoned team, I don't know if I believe that, Rich.
And we'll have to see it. We'll have to see it.
It's yet to be seen. Yeah.
But Jared Goff has the experience. One thing about him I do like, far as in our chances, is that we have problems with quarterbacks that can extend plays, that can get out the pocket.
Move. And he got bricks on his feet.
He's a statue.
So he got out the pocket. He got in the pocket on Saturday, though. No, busy on Sunday.
Yeah. I expect a good game, though. And hopefully we can pull it out. I do think I think Brock Purdy has enough of what it takes. I just hope everything is cleaned up. Mistakes are magnified, and we clean up everything bad that we saw or that happened in that game. And we'll go from there. I don't expect us to play the same way again. We might not play our best, but we can't play like that. Absolutely not. Real quick, did you see the Jair Alexander basically posted his farewell to Green Bay?
I did not.
I saw that before we got on. I was how do you feel about that moving forward with Green Bay?
What is he gonna get asked for, a trade or some shit? Like what is he like? What is it? Is his contract up? I thought he just got paid.
Yeah, he did. But so I guess from the stories they were saying, they're, I guess, not too happy with him. he's definitely not too happy with the franchise. They brought up the suspension in the middle of the season for him walking out to what was it, the 50-yard line and doing whatever with the coin flip and all that other shit. So I mean, who knows?
The man was at home, for Christ's sake.
Right. Right. Who knows what all this with all the turmoil and everything that happens in it.
Yeah, that's fucking weak. Well, I mean, shit. I don't feel no way about it unless you goddamn coming home to Charlotte.
Do you think that how big of a hit on that Packers defense is that?
Huge
for you?
Huge.
Very
huge. Who getting off on him?
Nobody.
On
a hurt
nobody.
Like that. Yeah.
Nobody's getting off.
Yeah.
So
because he locked what you call it up last week CD. And then
gave him the blues.
Yeah, and then told what you call it on the other side. Oh, you want to come on this side too?
Yeah.
For you, what was his name? The other receiver, Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Come on, Cooks. Come on. But to move on, let's talk about the Ravens and the Texans.
All right. Well, for me, I thought it was a good game in the beginning. I could see this from a mile away what was going to happen. I knew that, once, the Ravens, once they get started, once they get cracking, man, I knew they were going to walk the Texans out of the building. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They were going to walk the dog on them, and they did just that. The Texans, they did good, man. They had hats off to them for having a great season. And, CJ Stroud, he a great stepping stone. And he'll be back.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the team that I feel with the most cohesion, I think we both agree, the team with the MVP this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they did what they were supposed to do. They handled their business, man. They made it look easy in the second half, bro.
Yeah.
They made it look easy. Like they just went into halftime, flipped the switch.
Yeah.
And before you know it, boom.
They pulled out that wild card.
Yeah, you warmed up the fucking bus, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, the Ravens, hats off to the Ravens and what they got going on up there, man. And especially Lamar Jackson, man. You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
He no, I'm not a Ravens fan by no means, but I'm rooting for this guy, man. Excuse me. I've been rooting for this guy. And,
right.
Him going against the grain when it comes to contract negotiations and, not being a prototypical quarterback and all those things and, whatever, man. But he said it. He said when and I'm not crowning them just yet Super Bowl champions or whatever, because we still got to win 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say, the night he got drafted, he said, hey, Super Bowl, I'm going to bring a ring. I'm going to get a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm thinking like that's what's going to happen, in my opinion.
Yeah, they scary. Like I said, the wild card. Once you really get him going, and you can't contain him, it's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day because they couldn't stop him, and that opens up all kind of passing lanes. It opens up the easy dump offs and what he accounted for. He had 4 himself, right?
Yeah.
And 1 passing or something like that. So it's what can you do? What can you do when if you can't contain him, keep him in that pocket, and that's eventually what happened in that second half.
Yeah.
It was over for Houston.
Well, here's the thing, man. You can't at this point. I feel like Lamar Jackson has figured it out, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of game plan you could have for him. I don't know if there is a game at this point in his career this year. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's a game plan for him.
No.
He's that fucking good.
Right. So let's move on to the next game and continue that talk. Now, I do think I'm not gonna say Kansas City has a game plan against him, but Josh Allen would have gave them the same kind of problems that Lamar would give them, far as in being able to get down the field.
Well, from that aspect, yes, but
Yes.
it's completely.
Now I don't the scrambles, there wasn't that many from the later part of the third quarter and fourth quarter on for Josh.
Right. And I
Was
think
that a product of what Buffalo was doing or him,
well,
or was that Kansas City?
I think it had everything to do with Kansas City as well. I think it probably was a business decision. I think it was only a matter of time. I think he knew it was only a matter of time before they got after him and that ball can come up out of there. Not saying that that's the way he was thinking, but a guy like him, you have to protect him. You have to protect him. Yeah, he's a big guy. Yes, he's tall. And yes, he's agile as fuck and all this shit. But he's no Lamar Jackson.
No,
And
by any means, no.
I think going into that game, with the Chiefs, them playing the Chiefs. I mean, we could talk about the Bills briefly. I mean, bottom line is the better team won the game. I think.
Right.
The Chiefs know how to win. The Chiefs have their number. Josh Allen can't beat Patrick Mahomes. Stephon Diggs didn't show up.
No.
Anything
all that shit Trayvon was talking about, bro need to get out there, blah, blah, blah. Bro need to play ball.
Bro left his fucking hands and his skills at the crib.
Did it look like to you that Buffalo was trying to get that game away as much as they could?
In terms of what, here's the thing,
that
man.
4th and 5 they went for.
Dog.
To me, that was dumb. And I ain't even talking about the analytics part of it.
I just think that
then they tried to with DeMar Hamlin at that.
Oh God, Buffalo just at the end of the day, it was bad coaching. Everything that could have went wrong for them in the second half did go wrong for them, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I don't know what the fuck. I mean, did Josh Allen have a horrible game? No, he didn't. But when it counted, you saw Stephon Diggs across the middle, wide open, and he decides to throw it in double coverage. Now, some would argue that if the end didn't get off and bump him, that he would have made that pass. It came up a little short. They say it would have been a touchdown. Okay, but guess what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't, because winners make that play, losers don't. That's what it boils down to. Either you're gonna be great or you're not gonna be great. What is it? The goat and the donkey?
Man, while I do like Josh Allen, I mean he still has some growing up to do, though. Mm-hmm. The Buffalo team as a whole has some growing up. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Yeah. They did climb back from the dead because it definitely looked like they was dead at some point in this season. I picked Kansas City to win this game. And it was just because it was hard for me to see. It's hard for me to go against Patrick Mahomes at this point in time. Like, I don't know what it is. It's kind of like the Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Steph Curry thing. Like, they just win.
Oh, 6-year starter.
Yeah.
6-year AFC championship. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard to go against that, though.
It's hard.
But I'm going against it this week.
Yeah, I can't see them. I mean, as much as they've went through and then they just find a way to turn it around. I think it's just a little bit too much for them to overcome far as in the things that they have to turn around and have to go right for them to beat Baltimore.
Right.
But I mean, congratulations to them for a hard fought game. And that was to me the best game of the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't put a lot of blame on the kicker. I'm with you as far as in the team in a whole. Like the team, that was a team loss. Of course, the kicker lost it and he could have, but
He
I
didn't
mean,
lose the game.
when
He
you
didn't
look
lose the
at
game.
when you look at Josh Allen, there's a lot of there's the pass to that you talked about to what was that, Shakir? That Shakir, right? That was Shakir in the end zone, right? He missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, then he forced another pass. There was a check down that he could have connected to somebody on, but I mean, it's a bunch of things that happened. The damn fumble, like it was a lot of stuff that just happened. The
Right.
4th and 5. I mean, I don't know, but we got. Do you want to make picks for next week for this weekend?
Sure. I'll go. But I'll go with the obvious. I'll go Ravens and 49ers.
All right. I got Ravens and 49ers as well. I see a tight one with San Francisco and Detroit. I think we find a way and to stretch the lead out a little bit. I think Baltimore handles Kansas City pretty well. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say they blow them out, but I think the game might be closer than what it looks like. But I think the game is not there. It's not going to be in doubt.
I'm gonna go both games by 3 points.
Okay. I would love that. That means be on the edge of the seat. Well, I don't need that stress no more this weekend, dog. I don't need that
You
stress.
might not, buddy.
I don't need that fucking because this past game was stressful enough. I'm like between that and um watching, wondering when the fuck we gonna get Christian McCaffrey going. Um, but let's jump to the Tar Heels real quick. We just beat Pittsburgh, which gave us another quad one victory, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what was the last game we just won? The game before that.
The game before what?
No,
We
the
just
game.
we just beat Boston College.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We just beat. Who was it?
We just beat Boston College, and before that we
We
beat
did.
Pitt.
Damn, we did. I'm all fucked up. Um, I think the Pitt win gives us a quad one win if because they beat Duke.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that gave us a quad one. But yeah,
Okay.
we just beat Wake Forest. That's what I was.
Oh yeah, Wake Forest. Okay.
All right. So Wake Forest game. Yeah, we was texting about that game. Wake
Yeah.
Forest made it a little tough on us the first half, but we played our fast paced game with the basically running, and then the secondary fast break, and they didn't have the stamina to last with us. That's
That's
basically
it.
what it boiled down to.
That's it, man. We're playing good ball right now, man. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid just yet. I'm happy where we are.
Mhm.
There is room for improvement.
Yeah.
That I don't, there is. I don't know what the ceiling is for the squad, man, but they are good.
Mhm.
I just want at the end of the day the consistency. In learning. I feel like every game. What I do like is that even though we are winning these ball games, right? There's something to take away from every game to build upon, and
Mhm.
that's what I like. That's what I like. Even if we smack you in the mouth at the end of the game, at least we know how we got there, and we know where we fucked up at.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could definitely tell from the games that we lost early on, we learned from those losses
Agreed.
because the main thing about some of those losses was toughness, playing
Yeah.
defense the way that we're playing now. And like we was texting about earlier, a lot of the things that pointed out like is no like well, of course there is RJ is clearly the guy for this team
Yeah.
and the hero, but everybody is playing their part, and not trying to do more than what they're at that's asked for them. We can easily have Baycott thinking, that I'm, I've been the guy on this team for whatever, and jack shots up, try to force a lot of plays, but it's not happening. He's staying within the system. He's playing ball. Harrison Ingram's playing ball. The biggest thing is Elliot Cadeau for me.
Agreed.
The maturation and the way he controls the game, man, like we always find one. We always find one.
Right.
Always find a guard like that that's just super quick, can make any play on the floor. I saw this clip the other day, and it was I didn't even save it. I should have saved it. But it was Kenny Smith, and he was talking on Inside NBA, and he basically said, in a nutshell, he said that I forgot what team they was talking about, but he said this team don't have winners. They don't know how to win, and the players that they do are not making winning plays. He said, let me tell y'all a quick story. I was with Hubert Davis this summer, and we went to watch some kid in high school in New Jersey playing. His name was Elliot Cadeau. And he said Elliot Cadeau didn't have any points, but every play he made was a winning play. He was diving for loose balls. He was making the right plays. He was assists. He was distributing the ball. And he said, Hubert looked at me and said, that's a winner right there. I need that guy on my team. He knows how to win. And that was, before we, even thinking about Elliot Cadeau. Elliot Cadeau's supposed to come to the team next year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he reclasses to come this year. So, I mean, they're saying that well before he even steps a foot on Chapel Hill, and we see it.
Right.
That free throw shooting got to get better by him though. But Jesus, like I'm thoroughly impressed with if we get another year out of him, which I think we will. I'm all the more pleased.
Agreed.
RJ got to go though. RJ got to go. Hate to say it, but RJ got to go. The skillet is hot.
No, yeah, he won't be any better than what he is right now. So get out the way.
Let me give you a quick trivia question, real quick. I want to let me see. So North Carolina hasn't had a guard who has been a first team All-American since who? A guard.
Probably Joe Forte.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Most people would have said either Raymond Felton or Ty Law. Or maybe McCants. Maybe.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, Joe Forte.
Yeah.
Last time we had a first team All-American that was a guard.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers been announced as the head coach to the Milwaukee Bucks. Adrian Griffin got fired, and the team is 30-13, which is second best in the Eastern Conference. Obviously, there's more going on inside the organization than we know, but for them to fire him, and they have the second best record in the Eastern Conference, so I mean, go figure. But that's gonna be interesting. Is that a win now move?
What the fuck is Doc Rivers won?
Well, he's won one, but I mean, mid-season is like.
How many has he blown though?
Yeah, that's it. That one, right? In Boston, right?
I said, how many has he blown?
Oh shit. 10 game sevens, right? He's blown countless 3-1 leads or something like that. But I know 10 game. I know he's lost 10 game sevens.
Hey man, if they're saying that the guy lost the locker room or whatever, okay, cool, fine. Anytime that you get rid of a coach that's 30-13, bro, it's something else going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, because damn sure is not the record. I guess you could say the defense. You can point out the defense on the type of what they've been doing, right? But hey, hats off to Doc. I particularly like Doc. I don't have an issue with him, but shit, nigga, stats don't lie, nigga.
Right. You're right about that. I like him, but I don't know. I just think mid-season coaching change ain't always the best.
Yeah,
You saw Jim Harbaugh, right?
I did.
Chargers.
I did. Not surprised.
How many transfers do you think Michigan's gonna have?
I don't think they have a lot, considering that the coach, that they said they're going to offer
Jerome?
the offensive coordinator, coach, the head
Okay.
coach job, right?
I think their next head coach is already in Ann Arbor. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, it's going to be that. It's going to be the offensive coordinator.
I agree with that. He should get it. I wouldn't. They have a system, and he's in it. Before we get out of sports real quick, did you know that Marvin Gaye tried out for the Detroit Lions?
I learned that 2 days ago.
Right, I saw that shit. 54 years ago, Marvin Gaye tried out for the Detroit Lions. One of his good friends was a football player, and they was holding open tryouts, and he decided to go out. But to move on, we was not you and I, but we was talking about this thing with Glorilla, and she posted something about she sent one of her exes some flowers, and that started a big conversation, and you know they were saying that's shit that sassy men were saying like, who the fuck, what kind of man is going to let a woman send him flowers and this, that, and the third. How would you feel about receiving flowers from a woman?
Well, first and foremost, I would laugh at it because I don't know if I know any women in my past or present that would send me flowers. One, but two, like, dog, like, what do you like? People are idiots. Like, what are you gonna do? Be like, oh yo, oh nah, oh shit, nah, I ain't gonna take them, bro. You can take
Think
them
I'm
back.
gay? What kind of nigga you think
Like,
I
yeah,
am?
like, get the fuck out of here, fuck out of here. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, that's what she wanted to do, man. She wanted to send the man flowers. All right, cool, man. I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
I think it's pretty cool, though.
Let me tell you a quick story. So when I was in Miami, I was messing around with this Dominican.
Okay.
And the first time she came to visit me, she bought a bouquet of roses. And I looked at him like wow, what, and she said, well, I'm Dominican and this is what we do. This is how we treat our men. This is nothing. I'm just giving you flowers because, I'm like, but the main thing about it is because I didn't have shit for her. I just thought we was linking up and we was gonna have a good time. We might fuck, we might not, blah, 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 and whatever else.
Okay.
And to this day, she still, messaged me about that shit. But I mean, I didn't see no problem with it. I didn't think it questioned my masculinity or none of that shit. Like, and if it was to happen again, I mean, I'm not gonna look at it no way. I mean, okay, it's flowers. It's I don't know. I don't. Everything is so weird with what we got going on today, as far as in what we want to deem tough guy shit or masculine and not.
Man, listen, bro. Like, everybody's a tough guy, and everybody says what they'll do until it happens to them. Man, there's nothing wrong with that shit, man. Like, damn. Like, if a woman wants to fucking give you some fucking flowers or whatever, who fucking cares, right? I mean, I get it. I mean, it would throw any man off, but you're not gonna be like, oh nah, like I said before, oh nah, I'm cool.
Some of
Yeah,
y'all
right.
niggas is too tough for
Listen,
your own good.
yeah, you're gonna be flattered. If anything, you're gonna be flattered. And when it come down to getting that octagon, you're gonna knock a motherfucking socks off.
Absolutely
That's
right.
what you do.
Absolutely right. Motherfucking
That's what you go do.
suplex.
Yeah, that's what you go do. You go put that motherfucker in belly 3D. Nigga.
Yeah.
That's what you go do. Yeah. Torture racket motherfucker. Yeah, all that.
There's this list going on. There's a teacher that banned certain words in the classroom, right? And for context, this is a white teacher, so people are saying this is racist. And there was 32 of the words that this teacher banned in the classroom, and I'll start. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna read all 32 of them. I'll read a couple and then we'll go from there. So, bruh, standing on business, ski ye, you ate that up. That's cap. What's up, gang? Bet. On my mama. Where we at? Just vibe. Gang
Okay,
gang. Huh?
so I'll stop you. I'll stop you. I've heard enough. So basically, what the teacher did, was, what the teacher did was eliminate slang.
Right.
Right. The teacher eliminated slang. What type of teacher was this?
It was a Caucasian teacher.
No, not race wise. Like, what
Oh,
were they?
I don't. They didn't say that. They didn't say that part.
Might it have been an English teacher?
If it was,
It makes all the fucking sense.
I'm with you.
It makes all the fucking sense. Like at the end of the day, we don't know. Maybe the teacher had, the teacher had. Obviously, they had well. Hopefully, they had a game plan for teaching whatever students were in the classroom. How to speak. Um, intelligently, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you're not going into a fucking meeting with your boss or with the interviewer that's getting ready to pay you some money and saying, yeah, gang, gang, ski. He ain't doing all that shit. So like
Right.
I don't see what the big goddamn deal is.
We're quick to label everything as being racist. Yeah. I mean, I there at some point in time, the way we act and talk and conduct ourselves around grown-ups have changed. Me growing up, there were certain, like, I didn't curse in school because there was a level of respect that you show. Like, you didn't curse. I knew if I cursed around a grown-up, it was gonna be a problem. That don't seem to be too much of a problem these days. My neighbor Mike is a school teacher now, and he's at a middle school, and he said, nigga, you would not believe the way these kids talk to me
Wait.
around me.
Wait.
Yeah, Mike is at a middle school teaching.
Mike is a teacher.
Yeah. He started in December, right before the break. And he said I'm done. He said these, because I talked to him 2 days ago. He's like, dog, these 6, 7, 8 weeks I've been there. He's like, I can't do it. I'm done. He's like, I can't deal with these kids. Like after that, I can't see it happening. He said, you would not believe like how they talk to me, how they come up to me. He said, I had a little boy come up to me and say, hey, did you see the new teacher next door? She got a fat ass. And I'm like, what? Middle school kids are saying that to you? He's like, dog, I bullshit you not.
That's wild.
I can never imagine myself going to a teacher, a male teacher in middle school at that, saying, Miss such and such got a fat ass. So, I mean, I get it. I don't see nothing wrong with this teacher banning certain words from the classroom. Now, once you talk about the punishment for using these words, then we might have a conversation. What's the repercussions of the consequences for saying these words? Is that too harsh? Then we might have something to talk about.
Okay.
But the words in general, I don't see no issue with it.
Right.
What do you think about Rent-A-Center leasing or renting Jordans out? $19.99 a week you can rent Jordans, and you have the option to buy for $525.
It's obviously it's a business, man. It's obvious who they're preying on.
Christ. But imagine if you pay the full term,
it's about $1,000.
53 payments.
About $1,000.
53 payments of $19.99 comes out to $10.49.
Yeah. Hey, dog, that's some silly ass shit, man. I don't listen. Like I said, it's obvious who they're going after, who they're preying on. And anybody who does that is a fool. That's all I got to say about that. I don't even know why we're even talking about that stupid shit.
That's the craziest thing, because in order for them to even have that means that it's happening. Somebody is doing it.
Yeah, they see money in it. It's marketable. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So Gen Z, I meant to talk to Passion about this. Ask her. Gen Z, from a recent poll or post, or survey, my bad. Hold on, let me find out real quick. Gen Z is they basically the article said that Gen Z thinks that once they hit 30, their life is over.
Okay.
They've lived their best years.
Okay.
I want to find the article. Oh, Gen Z is paralyzed with fear of turning 30. They think once you turn 30, you become unattractive and life might as well end.
Well,
So
I think you
hold
can
on.
attribute that. Go ahead.
So for those that are clueless, Gen Z would be those that are born between 1997 and 2013.
Mm.
They are expressing grim concerns about hitting the big 3-0, a milestone that we look at. 30 is definitely a milestone, but some of these youngsters fear that they will immediately lose their sexiness, stamina, and overall value in the world.
Well, I think you can attribute that to how these kids, these kids are making money at a young age, man. Right? They're getting active, they're getting after it, whether it be the rise of social media or whatever they got going on. They're making money fast, and they're making money now. Right. So, you look at that and the name of the game is to be young and get it. Right.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game. And I feel like these kids or the Gen Z that you speak of, they look at it like, well, shit, man. Well, one of the things that's marketable and that's able that you're able to make money off of, in my opinion, is your age, is your youth, right? And the the arenas that they want to go in and play ball in, if you will, and make money in, it's a young man's game. You think about social media is a young man's game.
It is. It could also be that a lot of these motherfuckers are growing up a lot faster than what they should be.
That's possible. Very possible.
A lot of these 20-year-olds look worse than a lot of the 30 and 40-year-olds too, though.
That's very possible. Well, shit. A lot of them doing all these goddamn drugs. Shit. I mean, shit. Well, I mean, fuck. Drugs tear their ass off. What you expect?
I will definitely agree with that one. I would definitely agree with that one. I don't know. I honestly I think some of actually the majority of my best years was in my 30s. I had a whole lot of fun in the 20s. The 20s is when you can get off a lot of shit. Of course, you supposed to be young and dumb. 30, they I guess you can kind of say, you know, young enough to not know better, but old enough to what's it saying?
I have no
Young enough
idea.
not to give a fuck, old enough to know better, some shit like that. Something like
Right.
that. I mean, once you hit 30, I think you kind of have a grasp on life, know how to maneuver in certain spots, certain spaces, and like I said, that's when I had some of my best years. I'm not gonna lie to you.
In your
I
30s.
was fully in tune with myself and understood, what I was capable of, what I could do, what I couldn't do, and just how to do a lot of things, life and life experiences too.
In your 30s.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think I had just as much fun in my 30s as I had in my 20s, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but like again, it's a different time now, man.
Yep.
And like I said, I don't I think it has everything to do with again, like how these young people are getting to it fast, man. You know what I'm saying? And the heavily influenced social media shit, dog. Right? That's what I think.
Yeah. I saw the brick lady turn herself in. You got any you want to talk about her? I really don't care about the brick lady.
Man, I'm not talking about that
I felt
motherfucker.
like she had a nice scam. The black man is probably the easiest thing to attack these days anyway. Um, and she got it off. So
Did she point out that it was a black man?
yeah,
Okay.
she said it was a black man that hit her with a brick, and it was a bunch of black men that stood around and let it happen.
Okay.
Um, Speaking of black men, let's talk about Jeezy real quick.
All right.
Jeannie Mae said that of course she signed a prenup, but she's now asking the judge in the divorce proceedings to throw out the prenup. The reason why is because she said she didn't have time to read it fully and understand what she was signing.
Hey, ain't no judge going for that. What?
I hope not.
I hope that a judge don't go for that. Hey, listen, you got lawyers for a reason. It's your lawyer's job. You talking about you ain't read shit. Your lawyer broke down what was in this prenup and what was not, right?
Right.
And they told you what it was, what it wasn't, you know, bing bong, that's it.
Yeah.
It's over with. Don't put your John Hancock on shit that you don't know nothing about.
100%. I'm pretty sure Jeezy has the right representation and they're gonna eat this case up. You mean
Yeah,
to tell me you think you're gonna get half of my assets because you signed a prenup and really didn't read it and understand what you didn't read it enough to understand what you were signing?
right,
So obviously you didn't care enough.
right.
I can't ride with you. I can't no. To even try that to pull it off
Excuse me.
is crazy.
Agreed.
And it's nasty.
Agreed.
Mm, mm, mm.
But you know how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Divorce is an ugly game. Divorce can be an ugly game. We talked about that. I guess a couple weeks ago when she made that statement about him having guns and her afraid for her child to be around him. And that's basically what all this shit is rolling up. It's an ugly game, ugly
Big,
and dirty.
big facts.
Ugh. Um, on to some stupid news. Did you see that article I posted on Facebook? Apparently, Taylor Swift has made this swag surfing irrelevant again. Well, relevant again, not irrelevant, but relevant. There was an article in Sport News that said that said that not verbatim, but in so many words, Taylor Swift and the Kansas City Chiefs have made swag surfing relevant again.
Um, Relevant to who? And that's rhetorical, by the way. I don't expect for you to answer that, big dog.
No, you know.
Listen, we know what this is, man. We know what this looks like. We know what this is. We know why they are saying this. Okay, cool. We see the motherfucking country slash pop singer or whatever the fuck, you know, dipping her toe into the black culture and doing the swag surf, which is horrid, mind you.
Yeah, that shit was terrible. Oh my
Uh, Somebody told me Taylor Swift got them boys out there whitewater rafting.
They was on the rapids out there.
Hey, they out there whitewater rafting, cuz they ain't swag surfing, they whitewater rafting. Right. I mean, you know what this is, dog. That the song, we know that the song in our culture, period, point blank, the song hasn't went anywhere. I mean,
Right.
you're gonna swag surf. I don't give a fuck if you're 8 or you're fucking 43. 43,
Mhm.
44, you're still gonna swag surf.
Right.
Swag surf comes on right now. I got enough liquor in me. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you go to sporting events or especially a college game, you're going to hear it.
Yes.
If you're on the
100%.
HBCU, you're definitely going to hear it.
110,000%.
Right. So, I mean, it America's American. That trying to take something else from this culture and make it theirs, I guess, if you want to say that. There's no way that the person wrote this article wrote I mean, you would think that motherfuckers would do their due diligence to understand this shit. And then they put the whole article, they put out the origins and the dance and everything. So they did their homework on it. So you would think they knew well enough to know that Taylor Swift did not make this relevant again.
Apparently not, my friend.
Ugh.
Apparently not.
Yeah. They definitely look like they was on the Whitewater Rapids, though. without paddles.
Oh man.
I sent you this clip on IG. We're gonna get serious real quick. Before we get to that, I did get a comment or a message about something I said last week about people coming back in off their lunch break in any kind of food establishment or restaurant smelling like weed.
Uh-huh.
I voiced my displeasure in it and how that shit should not happen and
Okay.
how I would not want that motherfucker to make my food.
Right.
It ain't just restaurants. It's anywhere. I don't care if it's the dentist office. I don't want my dentist smelling like weed. I don't want I just think as a profession, your profession, whatever profession you hold, you shouldn't. You probably shouldn't. Hell, you can't smell like liquor or alcohol in any job, can you?
No.
And that shit is legal. Alcohol is legal. That's just me though.
Good point.
That's just me.
Good point. Well, marijuana is considered a recreational drug now, dog.
It is. It is, but it ain't legal everywhere.
Nope.
I still don't want my server, my dentist, my barber, my whoever smelling like weed. That's just me though. That's just me. But back to this IG thing. So there was a young lady in. Do you remember where? Oh, it was Los Angeles.
Yeah, LA.
LA. And her name is Niani Finlayson. And to put where? Oh, here we go. I want to read the article. Well, not really read it, but so what happened was she called the police because there was a domestic violence situation going on between her and her ex. This young lady is 27. She has a 9-year-old daughter that was in the house. She called the police. She said that he's in the house and he won't get out, basically, and she needed the police to come. The police came. From the video that we saw, that scene from the body cam footage, it looked like the police tried to kick the door open. Didn't happen. She came to the door, opened the door, and immediately when she opened the door, she said, "Y'all need to get him because I'm going to kill him." Right. The female police officer, the lady police officer, for y'all that don't like the word female, she put her gun in the holster. She pulled out the taser and she started walking towards the door. There was a male officer behind her. He walked in, and from his body camera, you can see that she was standing by her ex. And I guess he fell down. She had a knife in her hand, and I guess she was walking towards the ex, and all you heard was gunfire. Mm-hmm. And you saw her body drop.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the situation. I like to start off with rest in peace to all parties involved. And I guess we're gonna look at, because when the pictures in the video I sent you, we're gonna look at this from all angles and talk about it. I guess we can real quick. and I guess go from there and try to be as insensitive as possible.
Okay.
Um,
Well, for me, man, here's the thing, bro. What the bottom line is, um, first and foremost, RIP to this young lady, Miss Finlayson, for what happened, man. It's unfortunate turn of events, dog, or chain of events, man. I don't know why they opened up fire. I don't know what happened. I don't know what. Well, I do know, but I just feel like obviously the gunshots were premeditated, man. Like you just can't do no shit like that, dog.
right.
And mind you, what she did was the female officer, she handed her taser to the guy behind her.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, I'll have the weapon up if it gets it. Basically, what it looks like to me is she was saying, hey, I'll have the weapon out. You take the taser. We're not going in here to kill anyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it, right?
Okay.
Because why else would she hand him a taser?
Mm.
Obviously, the man didn't use the damn taser. He just jumped out and got to it.
Yeah.
But in actuality, he very well could have used the taser.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Man, I don't know, with everything that went on within, the body cam and whatnot, man, honestly, this is another situation where Reg, I don't really know how it's gonna go, though. I know how it should go, but I don't know how it will go.
I'm with you. So I'm with you 100%. I believe they could have and should have used a taser. I mean, that's why give it to somebody? Why do you have a taser and or a mace? If you're not going to use them, especially if it can be used and stop somebody. Now, what did she pose a threat to the ex?
I mean, I would have to go back and look at the video, but it didn't seem that way to me.
No, and yeah, I mean, and that's why I say, like, I mean, her standing over him with a knife. I didn't see her raise her arm up to stab him or try to slice him or cut him. So I would have to say I don't think she did. But when you say that you don't know how this was going to go, that's the first thing that comes to my mind is that it's probably going to go in this guy's favor because that's going to be the excuse that's used. Well, she was standing over this guy with a knife, and I thought that she was going to, use it on him.
But here's
But
the thing.
we clearly hear him say, "Why did you shoot her after the police officer shot her?"
No, after the fact. But be clear, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate on what you just said. Posing a threat with a knife standing over someone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the threat, bro.
It is. And that's why I asked you. That's why I asked you, because I think that's what's going to be used to justify this cop's actions as shooting her.
But did it have to go that way? You could have easily used the taser.
It could, yes, he could have used the taser. Could have pepper sprayed.
But that is considered a threat, though.
It is. So
that's for that reason. That's why I don't know how this thing's gonna go, bro.
And that's why I said that because I see it going, or that being the reason, his reasoning why he shot her. It just goes back to the whole, do we call the police or should we? If something's going on. I've been in instances where the police was called, and I'm pretty sure you have. Whether I have, somebody else or somebody that heard something going on, and just thinking about it of what could have happened, because obviously and clearly, if you watch this video, that should have went a completely different way than how it went down. I mean, I don't know. I see the family they're suing for $30 million.
Okay.
Civil suit. They'll probably get that. Well, they won't get the 30 million. I don't think they'll get the 30 million, but if the trend continues to happen of what goes down, um, they'll end up settling for something. It's just like these states are just throwing money in people's lap and like, okay, keep this shit quiet, or to satisfy you, what's your number? We're not gonna give you 30. You're not gonna win this case, and we're not gonna give you 30, but we can give you 2.5 or whatever else.
Yeah, it'll be a civil suit, and they'll
Right.
come.
Um, the saddest part about this was listening to the little girl talk about it.
I'll be honest with you, man. When I knew about the story, but when I saw the little girl sitting there, bro, I didn't listen to it. I'll be real with you. I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. That was the saddest, hardest part, was listening to the little girl talk about it, and what the police officer said to her, basically telling her mom was going to be all right. They were going to take her to the hospital and she'll just be fine. She'll be fine. Blah blah blah. And just thinking about that, you can't promise that little girl that. You can't tell her that.
Agreed.
You just shot this woman, and she's laying behind the sofa or whatever it was. She's not moving.
Right.
Damn. In front of they did it in front of the daughter too, though.
Right.
But once again, condolences to the family, definitely, and definitely to that little girl to have to witness that, and even that ex, because you clearly him screaming, "Why'd you shoot her?" I don't know the deal or situation between them, what's going on. I'm pretty sure there has to be some kind of love or something there going on between them. And he definitely didn't want to see anything like that happen.
Right.
And RIP to her.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be more to follow on this. Man, I hope we're wrong.
Yeah.
I hope we're wrong. I hope we're wrong in how this shakes down and how it's handled, and the justification and everything else. I hope we're wrong, but I think we've seen this story one too many times to think it's going to go any other way than
Yeah.
how it's happened.
We'll see what happens, man. I don't know. Like I said, it can go either way. It can go either way, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So to move on, how would you react, or what is worse to you, your partner having an emotional affair or a physical affair?
But we've talked about this before, man. I think for me, um, as a man, it's gonna be physical, bro.
Yeah.
We've already addressed this thing, and my stance will remain the same.
Yeah. I'm and I guess they say women
It's just
have
the way we're wired, bro.
yeah, as men, we're the physical is worse than us, but uh they're saying that an emotional attachment for a woman means more.
Yeah, we already know that, bro. We already know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really going for either one of them, but yeah, don't that all that touching shit, nah. Yeah, we ain't rolling with that. We not rolling with that at all. And I don't want to hear, I mean, have at it. So there's a man, he's romantically involved with two women. He tells one woman, "I love you," and it's only you. He tells the other woman that he loves her, but there is someone else. Which woman does he love more?
Uh, I mean, if we're going off a motherfucking movie Baby Boy, uh, the one that he lies to, he cares about her feelings.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's what the movie said. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
look, man, I don't know. I think if I had to pick one, I would think that the one that he's lying to, or the one he's telling the truth to, um, he probably doesn't care as much, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm leaning to. I think the one that and this is me because I haven't been in this situation. Well, I might have. I don't know. Who
Yes,
knows?
you have.
But yeah, I probably have. But I think the one that he's lying to, um, he realized what he's doing is and can hurt her if she know, and he's
No,
not, and he's willing to not hurt, he don't want to hurt her or lose her, so
yeah, he's gonna tell a lot. Yeah,
he
that's what it
feeling
is.
like,
Yeah.
lying to her is protecting her
Him.
feelings.
No, it's protecting him.
Well, yeah, protecting
Make no
him, but
make no mistake about it. It ain't got nothing to do with her. It's protecting
well,
him.
so he thinks it's protecting her, but it's protecting him.
I don't
um
even think it's protecting her. I think it's protecting him.
so the
Fuckers know what's going on, man.
the other, yeah, the other woman that he loves, he know that he can lose her, or he feel like, if I lose her, I lost her. I do love her, but I can lose her.
Mm-hmm.
I probably can live without her. There's other woman that he's lying to in order to keep her, that I think that's the one that he loves the most.
Yeah, maybe, possibly, or he might love different things about both of these women, though.
True. True.
You know how it goes sometimes.
um I mean, and of course it's gonna vary with the different men, but
Right.
I ultimately think he's going to protect the one that he loves the most, and he, that's what he thinks the protection is, not telling her what he know is going to hurt
There you go. There you go, pal.
her. I don't think I got nothing else, man. We can get to some of these unapologetic truths
All right.
and wrap it up. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Unapologetic truths. I hope I didn't delete that shit. Oh, all right, here we go. Give the ladies one piece of advice. Hmm.
Um, Stop treating sex like it's I don't know the right terminology, but like it's a treat, or like it's a like motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker, like holding over someone's head. Like if you don't do what I want you to do, then you ain't getting no cheeks. Understand this, lady. If you want your man to do what you want him to do, the thing that you need to do is make sure that he's taken care of. Men, as a whole, you know, a vast majority of us, we need that physical connection. So with you withholding sex, using and weaponizing sex, hey, you digging your own motherfucking grave.
Right. And it's not a gift.
You're digging your own grave. It's something that's natural amongst humans.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
Because if he don't get it from you, guess what? It's only a short amount of time. When you hold back from that man, guess what?
it's gonna be somewhere else, and that saying is, and it goes for the man and the woman. Somebody else will, and we know that these days, the way things are going, it ain't hard to find pussy or dick anywhere.
Nope.
So there you have it. What I would say is embrace your femininity.
Okay, tell me more.
We got too much of this. I'm in my masculine era or my masculine role, or I just want to be feminine. I think as a woman, you should just naturally be feminine and be feminine all the time. Embrace it and be feminine. Let's like you paying your bills, you having to pump your gas, you having to you're single and you had to cut your grass the other day. That's I mean, you're doing basic life necessities or skills or chores. um Stop putting a gender or sex or on everything.
Right. Okay.
So that's when I say embrace your femininity. That's like, I'm getting to the point to where I hate to hear that. I want to be in my soft girl era. I want to be in no, you should already be there. You know.
All right, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Okay. Okay.
Be there. You're not masculine because you pumped your gas yesterday. You wanted to get to work, right? You had to do it. I mean, it ain't, you know.
Yeah.
Where we at? Where we at? If your wife goes grocery shopping, or we'll say partner, goes grocery shopping and she gets to the counter, everything is rung up, price is told, the gentleman behind her offers to pay for everything. Should she politely decline or allow this stranger to pay the bill?
You can decline all you want to, but if somebody wants to do something for you, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, as
I
far
mean,
as
it
in
comes
paying
to
his bill,
groceries.
not paying his bill, not that. Yeah, but um,
Realistically, though, are you gonna tell your partner like, "Yo, this joint paid for all the stuff that we got"?
no, I'm not. I'm not. Um, what would I expect her to decline it or you know what? I'm gonna say decline
Yes, you're
it.
gonna expect it too. Come on. Yes, you are
Decline
gonna
it. Yeah,
expect it.
yeah, decline it. Because I'm not gonna say something else should follow with that or something else could. There's a possibility that all this shit can happen, but um, I don't know what this motherfucker's motives are. So it could be the nicest gesture in the world, or it could be me trying to him trying to uh get a foot in the door. I don't know, but either way it go, decline it. We don't have to go down that road. But if he's gonna try, he's gonna try regardless. So
Shoes gonna shoot though.
yeah, whether he don't, he see her again, it might be the same thing. So yeah, I mean,
Shooters gonna shoot, man.
right. So if she declines it, and then let's say y'all are out 2 or 3 nights, later, and she like, hey baby, that guy right there, that's the guy I was telling you about that wanted to pay my bill.
Well, you crazy. What's the odds of that? You tripping.
uh the nigga sends over a drink. Yeah, all right.
Hey, you a wild boy, Rich. Where your mom be at, man?
All right. All right.
Oh shit.
What's the best and worst thing about getting older?
The best thing about getting older for me is sniffing out bullshit, and that's across the board. The worst thing about getting older is um being set in your ways.
Okay.
Yeah, being set in your ways, dog. Because when the irony is when you're young as fuck, you think you know everything, and when you're old, you think you know everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, damn if you do,
Still
damn
learning.
if you
Yeah.
don't. So,
And you still forever learning. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, if I had to think about it, I guess for me was watching my children grow up, and mature into who they are, and also just myself, the life experiences I've had, and and my I guess evolution, as you want to call it, as me being myself, dog. When we first met, you and I was some wild boys, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we've been through a lot and changed, we've
yeah. Growth.
grown and matured a lot from, you know.
Yeah, I was off the motherfucking chain, and I didn't know that you. And I didn't know, but you knew I was off the chain. I just didn't know that you was off the chain.
Boy, yeah, shit has changed. So I would say that that's probably the best. Um, the worst, watching my parents get older.
Wow. Okay, man. Okay. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk
Yeah, all
about it.
right. So let's talk about watching my parents get older. Because growing up, you think your mom, your dad, Superman, Superwoman, whatever, they're invincible to you. But then, the older you get, you start to realize more and more, they're slowing down. Um, and just listening to them talk, and even like hanging out with my mom when we drive to North Carolina, like my mom's still able-bodied, move around perfectly, everything, but it's just
Uh
like
huh.
sometimes I feel like, because I hold the door open for her and let her get in the car. Sometimes I feel like I'm there for like 10 minutes waiting for her to get in, and she's groaning and grunting, and it ain't nothing wrong with her, but it's just watching them get older. And both of my parents have had strokes.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that, you realize, especially the older you get, that time ain't on all of any of our sides.
Mm-hmm.
That so I think just realizing that, and understanding that one day they're not going to be here. And I guess even me saying it right now, like I said, realizing that they're not the Superman or Superwoman that you always envisioned them or thought they were, growing up.
Mm-hmm.
That they're not invincible.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
So I think that's,
Yeah,
for me, that's one of the worst things about getting older.
man. I didn't even think about that, man. But that's a solid point, man. And my mama and my daddy are for the most part young. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
my mama ain't nowhere near 60. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near. And but yet and still, I see that she doesn't have the pep in her step already, and I'm just like,
Right.
and she's had complications, and
Mm-hmm.
even with my dad, you know what I mean? Like, I could see him, and I'm just like, but you're not really old though,
Right.
right? Like,
Yeah.
you're not really old. Y'all both were teenagers when y'all had me,
Mm-hmm.
so you're not really old.
Mm-hmm.
But you see them slowing down, and it's always in the back of your head. It's always in the back of your mind. But that's a great point, big dog.
Yeah. And actually, you
Great.
just put it in perfect words. The you see the pep in the step ain't there no more, and slowing
Yeah.
down, because I definitely, like, that's one thing I definitely witness, especially with my mom, is of course with my dad, being, the complications that he had. But yeah, like the
Mm-hmm.
slowing down part, absolutely. And
Man, I didn't think about that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, but shout out to our parents though, man. You know, I truly fully believe I have, time. Well, I hope, but I do believe, that the time is still there, and I'm loving and enjoying every minute and moment I have. I know you are, being that you're a lot closer
Yeah,
than,
man.
uh, you know, than
And
you were
I've
a
been
lot,
in a
lot of other
very long
times in
time.
your career. Yeah,
A
and
very long time.
same way with me. I didn't get close until, um, hell, probably till I came to Jackson. That's the closest I've been. My parent. Everywhere else, I was like far away. So yeah. But yeah, and that's it. That's unapologetic truths. We we good to go. We can close this out.
Well, man, shout out to you, big dog, as always, man, for keeping this thing afloat, man. I had fun tonight, man.
Mhm.
Had a couple of giggles, fucking, some things that we talked about that you know tonight I'll have to put in perspective even more than what we already did on the podcast. Shout out to the home team. Shout out to my support system. Shout out to my babies. Shout out to my homies, man. Outside of you, holding me down, man. Shout out to my man CBJ. Shout out to my man Doc. Shout out to my man D Bailey. Shout out to my man Broad Spencer, Tori, Justin, Big Reggie. Guys that really check on me, and I can say that we have a solid brotherhood, man. For life, dog. And, I might not tell y'all boys, and not even my man Vaughn. Vaughn.
Mhm.
Vaughn can always come through. That's my shooter, man. He gonna come through in the clutch and hit the game when it's shot. But I got to shout out on my dogs out because I'm not the one to really let people know too much what's going on with me and what's happening and some of my deepest darkest moments. On top of you, put them as well, man. They have no idea how much you all have, as a collective, have helped me dig out my dark hole, man. So I got to shout out all my dogs, man. Um, and as always, man, mental health is real. Myself and Reggie, we may not be subject matter experts on it, but I can assure you, before you harm yourself or you harm others, please tap into Unapologetic Podcast on IG and or Facebook, or our individual IGs and Facebook. And I can assure you, before it gets to that point, it will get you the help that you need. Other than that, big dog, you already know what's going on with me. Different toilet, same shit.
Appreciate it as always. I definitely appreciate you as well. As I said earlier, y'all, I'm 100% serious. If y'all want to run these social media pages, let us know, or y'all know somebody that's interested in doing it, and let us know. I'm all for it. I like to give a shout out to everybody that continues to support us and keep this thing moving, and the whole North Carolina in general. My loved ones, my family, passion, keep your head up, girl. This parenting thing is gonna be tough.
Hey,
Trust
you're a
me.
lifer, baby.
Yeah,
Keep your head up, Passion.
yeah, it's gonna be tough. You've put me through some things that we're not gonna talk about. And that's your job as a child. That's what you're supposed to do. I mean, it's all in growing and understanding, and and just being a parent. It's the joys that come with it. It ain't gonna
Yeah,
always be peaches and cream.
yeah,
So you're gonna have to deal with it, Shania. I love you, girl. Continue to do your thing in college.
big dog.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something about that before we get out of that. Man, when she walked into my crib, bro,
Mhm.
dog, I was like, what? What? And I mean, obviously we're familiar with each other. I know she knows
Uh-huh.
who I am, and I know who she is. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, you are grown. Girl, you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
what?
Scary. Scary, man.
What? I am afraid, bro. I
Yeah.
am afraid. Imagine what you're gonna do when Skylar walks through your door,
Right.
when Adonis walks through your door, he's towering over both of us, looking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Deep voice.
Yeah, deep voice. Like,
Yeah.
you look at this nigga like, oh, this nigga might think he might. This nigga think he can beat me?
Yeah. Yeah. It It's coming, man. And the,
I
and
know,
the
I
thing
know
about it, it comes faster than what you expected because it's just like one day, boom, it's there. And you like, wow. Even though you watched it in slow motion.
Dog, let me tell you something, man. Every time I get the opportunity to spend with my daughter, man, she shows me something. She shows me growth more and more and more every time, dog. And I don't know if I talked about it on the pod, man, but you know, over Christmas, real quick before we get up out of here, you know, she wanted to do her makeup, right? She wanted to do her makeup. And, you know, she was like, well, Daddy, this isn't makeup. This is, I forgot what the fuck she called it, dog. I don't know what she called it. But it was still in my mind, if it's going on your face and if you bought it, it's makeup. You know what I'm saying?
Did she say it's foundation or something
Foundation.
like that? Yeah, I've been through it.
I know you found fucking foundation,
yeah,
right?
I've been through
Have
it.
a fucking 10-year-old, though. We're talking about foundation, right? And I was so mad that I had to literally take a lap around my neighborhood.
Yeah, who you think you talk to? It's makeup.
Motherfucker, that's makeup.
Yeah, yes.
But she said it with the straightest of faces. No, Daddy, it's foundation. It's not makeup, it's foundation. And looked at me like,
and what? Yeah, like,
nigga, it's not makeup, nigga, it's foundation, nigga.
Yeah,
bro.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Old man, washed up, dad.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm glad I get to see it. I'm glad I get to see it, but also too, you know, with the talks that we have, and you know, and seeing you and how you respond to it, bro. It gives me a little blueprint of what I need to do moving forward. So I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the fuck.
Listen, I'm gonna learn some shit from you that I won't have to use because you know it just gets more advanced.
Man,
you know, yeah, and the because I didn't have to worry about social media as much as you do.
Shit, we talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
Shit,
yeah. So, yeah,
man,
but it as I said, you know, one of the best things is it's a beauty, but man, yeah. But listen, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in, and we enjoy giving y'all this content as much as y'all enjoy watching and hearing from us. Shout out to Tasha. She left a comment on the YouTube page about on last week's episode, something that we was talking about. Shout out to you, Tasha. We got to have you back on.
Tasha, come on anytime.
Yep. But y'all, as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Y'all know who it is. Big Dre, Big Reg, repping North Carolina to the fullest. We will see y'all next week. We out of here.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.